On December 27, 2015, near Miami, an electrician worked on a stalled lift aboard Carnival Ecstasy. The death in general was a maintenance mishap during a repair window. While the lift bank was being repaired, the car moved unexpectedly. He was crushed by moving elevator machinery and did not survive. Crew locked down the staff, froze the scene, and locked each action. Investigators focused on whether lockout or tagout safeguard has been bypassed. It happened because the elevator wasn't fully powered off and blocked. A safety lock was bypassed for testing, and a small movement made the car slide. In the early hours of July 5, 2005, Brilliance of the Sea cruised the Mediterranean Sea while a young groom partied until late evening. The death in general was presumed an overboard after a chaotic night. Security traced his last stop, which is the casino, the corridors, and the cabin balcony. His body was never recovered. Most likely, he fell overboard and drowned. It happened because heavy alcohol causing imbalance, a wet deck, a seat on a waist-high rail, or one bad step in the dark can mean a quiet fall. Case lists in a gray zone where accident, misjudgment, and a foul play all seems possible. Before dawn on March 22, 2011, a crew member failed to report for duty off at Mexico's Pacific coast. The death in general was a presumed fall at sea after a distressing phone call. CCTV saw her near an open deck, then nothing. With no recovery, the probable cause is drowning after going overboard. It happened because stress and darkness met an open deck. A windy walkway, a stop by the rail to think, or a slip on a slick spot can turn into a fall with no second chance. On November 29, 2022, a breaking wall of water hits Viking Polaris passenger area on its way to Ushuaia, resulting in one passenger died. The death in general was from blunt force trauma as the wave hammered the cabin area. The bridge locked the water spike and sealed off damaged section, and medics treated the injuries. The captain diverted the ship and coordinated with authorities for investigation at the port. It happened because a short, powerful waves hit the ship at the worst angle. One spike of pressure, one weak window line, and the glass failed all at once. On July 7, 2019, Freedom of the Seas sat in a port at San Juan while a family played near a window wall. The death in general was a fall through an open pane mistaken for glass. Local police opened a negligent homicide case as civil suits form around design and supervision. It happened because an adult trusted what looked like a sealed pane in a play area. The line between ventilation and safety wasn't obvious until it matters the most. On April 2, 2015, while docked in San Juan, housekeeping flagged a stateroom when two guests missed activities. Inside, two adults were found dead from injuries consistent with a murder-suicide. Crew keyed in and called medical. Investigators took over. The ship scheduled move on, but the room stayed sealed. It happened because a private conflict escalated behind a locked door. Thick walls, hallway noises, and constant HVAC can hide warning noises. Around 2 a.m. on June 6, 2024, a passenger went overboard the MSC Eurybia. The guest was later recovered deceased after a fall into a fjord. Authorities treated it as suspicious death. A rescue helicopter traced the track line while officers gathered witness notes and CCTV clips. It happened because dew on railings, poor footing in the dark, or even potential murder might be the cause. On February 10, 2013, at La Palma in the Canary Island, a drill became deadly. The death in general was a lowering gear failure that flipped a lifeboat. How it happened was crew mustered, strapped in, and began descent. A component failed, the boat hit the water hard and upside down. It happened because a part failed or was rigged wrong. A wrong line, a hidden crack, or a rushed setup lets go and whole boat falls at once. Afterward, rules and checks tightened across the fleet. On July 24, 2025, near the Bahamas, a crew dispute turned violent. After stabbing a co-worker, a crewman jumped overboard and is presumed drowned. Security secured the scene and treated the injured crew member. Life rings flew, Search team deployed, however, no bodies was recovered. It happened because a personal fight boiled over in a tight work and live space. Long hours, little privacy, and sudden anger might cause an unexpected tragedy. On October 30th, 2025, at remote Lizard Island, an 80-year-old guest never made it back from a guided hike. Rangers and police searched the tracks. She was found off-rail the next day and died from heat and fall injuries. It happened because the tour used a quick head count instead of a name-by-name roll call. One mischeck, one wrong turn, and hot, rough terrain did the rest. On August 15, 2025, two guests in their 70s drowned hours apart at Celebration Key in the Bahamas. Lifeguard responded and police recorded timelines. The death in general was open water drowning during a beach day port call. It happened because calm water isn't always safe for older travelers. Currents, heat, and health issues can stack up far from the ship's clinic.